my people. Good evening. I hope I'm coming out clear. I'm so sorry. I tried to put my kids to bed, but it didn't go as quick as I wanted. But at least I made it. You're welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Blessing, and you're welcome to my Blessedom TV. So I would like to have some feedback. For the first time, I'm doing some kind of professional, maybe not so professional, but I'm trying to upgrade my live stream. So I'm kind of using microphone and using webcam and all that. So I'd like to hear some feedback. Good evening, guys. Good evening, my sister. Good evening, Simon. Simon is a man. Good evening. You're welcome. You're welcome. So my people, I wanted us to talk about the End SARS and the End SWAT and all that is going on in Nigeria, and the seriousness of the whole thing, how the thing is kind of reverberating across, especially southern Nigeria. So I mean, I never thought I would see a day like this, honestly, that people would be so so agreed that they would be coming out actually and staying out this long. So immediately the End SARS came up. The government just kind of changed the name and said, okay, we've listened to you, and now it's no longer End SARS but SWAT. So the people are not having it. They said, this one is naming ceremony. It is not what they are asking for. And so they've been on the streets since that time, and I've learned that President Buhari is actually considering sending the military, and he has some people who are actually encouraging him to send the military. Please, I would like to know if it is loud enough, if you are hearing me, if it's clear. I would like to have that feedback. Thank you so much for it. So I've heard that the army now said they are launching, first of all, Operation Crocodile Smile, and it's going to be effective from Monday, and they are going to be doing it more on cyberspace. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So they said the army said that they are going to be launching Operation Crocodile Smile, and this Operation Crocodile Smile is going to be on cyberspace, so that they've defeated Boko Haram locally, and most of them have escaped, and they are now across the whole country and using propaganda on the cyberspace and something like that. Thank you so much, Sister Gladys. You're welcome. So my people, if you want to join this conversation, I actually have a public number that you can call, and let me put the number here, plus 491522 778 Hello, good evening, Queen. You're welcome. You're welcome to my live stream. So I'm doing this in the evening because I've put my children to bed. So you're welcome. Normally I would just be doing it during the day. So 7981593. So this is my number in case anybody has something to contribute, or if you want me to I just want it to be interactive anyway. So my people, I have some videos that I wanted to show you about all that is going on right now. So this number is on WhatsApp. You can call me. Thank you so much, my sister. So this number is WhatsApp. You can actually call me on WhatsApp. So yesterday the protest was so massive, and they were having candlelight procession for the victims of SARS in Port Harcourt, and in fact the turnout was so massive. I'm sure, I don't know if you have seen the videos, but I have some here on my telephone, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And I'm thinking that I'm going to do a compilation of the videos that they have used for showing how the people have turned out in different parts of the country. So I'll just show you some of the videos that I've been able to gather. And so, they said End SWAT, End SARS, and now some people have even moved to the constitution, and some people are saying end corruption. Like the thing is anchoring different grievances that people are having, and bad government. Like, everybody is just bringing up all that is wrong with the country. So I personally, I don't even know, like, if the government are going to allow them to express this anger continuously, and for how long. Yesterday, Saturday, in Oka and in Benin, actually some people lost their life because the police were shooting at them. And out of all these SARS that they're talking about, all these SARS stations, do you know that the worst ones are the one in the southeast, especially the one in Okuzo? So the stories that are coming out from that place is gory. And the worst part is that the people in this Okuzo are actually, Okuzo is in the southeast. So the person that they're actually pointing at, that is the mastermind of most of the, extrajudicial killings that has gone out there, is an Igbo man. And so this man has finished serving his term there at the Okuzu, and being very notorious for everything he has done. Still, the governor of Anambra State put him as his security special advisor. So because of all these protests now, this governor has sacked this man, and people are saying that he should be brought to justice. And so they said in that Okuzu police station, that like only God know the number of mass graves that will be on that ground. So people were trying to approach that ground, approach that police station. They locked it up. So people were still pushing. They wanted to get into the grounds of this police station, and then they started, they opened fire. They didn't want people to come close. So yeah, as I said, I wanted to tell you the story of this young man that I was talking about.
Okay, I'm just going to tell you what happened quickly. So Chijoke was 20 years old in 2012, and he went for a child dedication. He was picked up there, and he was allegedly taken to SARS office. When his family went to look for him, they were told that he had been taken to the headquarters. They went there to find him. His mother spotted him being brought into the station, and she said, "That's my child." And the officer in charge of that station, the notorious Wanko, asked them to boot her and the family out of the premises, and then they were pushed out. Since then, they haven't seen Shidoke again. The next time they went, the officer Wanko boasted that he shot Chidoke, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. They searched for him, and then some other officers told the parents that it's possible he hasn't died, that the man could just be bluffing. They should bring some money to bribe him. The father brought some money. The officer said the money was too small. The father went, sold his land, sold some properties, raised 3 million, gave it to the man. The man said 3 million was chicken change. And the most horrifying part of this story, if you are, is the impunity with which officers have treated us. They came to Abuja to seek justice. The state CID told them they would have to pay money to transport others down to the state where it happened to investigate. We have no system. We cannot get tired. Are you tired?
So this is the story of one of the victims of the SARS in Okuzu. I'm talking about the one in Anambra State. So they said, in fact, the stories, this, I can't even say those kind of stories. Like, they are so gory. And yeah, at the end of this stories, they did some kind of a candlelight procession, to commemorate the people who have lost their loved ones. So this is the candlelight procession for the victims. So this is still yesterday in another part of Nigeria. So hear the world, make a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people there. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. So this is the this thing, what did I call it, the candlelight procession that they did in Port Harcourt for the victims, and people have been like massive turnout, and I learned that they were actually sleeping there in the night. Imagine the turnout. So people are really turning out. People are really turning out. I don't know if you like me to show you this, or if not, I will just leave it. But I thought it was really, really encouraging how they are turning out and staying out even in the night. So many people all across this. This is massive, man. I have so many videos of, So in that candle, in the in the candlelight procession here, they are calling out the names of the people who died. So my people, the thing is really is massive. The thing is really massive.
You are part of any agency that is responsible or has been responsible for gathering of funds for protests in Nigeria.
Yes, Obina Sam, you are right.
To start releasing those funds and making sure the Nigerian states that are protesting begin to feel it.
So this lady, she's saying that it's like some people were donating money. A lot of people are actually donating money, donating resources to make the protest possible, to help the protesters to maintain the solidarity, food, drinks. So she's saying that if if you are in charge of this money that has been donated, they are giving you 24 hours to account for what you have done with the money.
Any agency that is responsible or has been responsible for gathering of funds for protests in Nigeria. We're giving you 24 hours to start releasing those funds and making sure the Nigerian states that are protesting begin to feel it. It's not about carrying 50 bags of pure water. You send one bus, they'll come and drop it and go. Not about telling me you spent 11 million on water.
You think so?
Should have been a beautiful day. We are supposed to have banners everywhere. Written and shorts. By now, we should have a major projector. Aside from this billboard, a big shout out to God bless you. They've been holding it for us. But let's not just be thinking about Lekki. We are just one unit. There are so many other units in Nigeria. There's no reason why they don't have major projectors showing all the souls that are passed away from brutality. What are you doing with the money? We donated money. It is our money.
It's our money. Our money. It's our money.
We have names of people that are gathering money. Amongst them, they will have the ones that are working and the ones that are not working, but we know the ones that are not working. Feminist.com, UIC, we have Flutterwave. Please, if you know more, shout it. These are all the agencies that are responsible riders.
So she's saying that the way they have already donated money, and they are supposed to be billboards showing End SWAT, because it started with End SARS. So when they changed it to End SWAT, they were supposed to have billboards showing that End SWAT, and they wanted to project the names of all the people who are fallen victim, and they wanted it not just in this Lekki, here is Lekki. They want it all across other units where the process is going on. I think this is maybe the arrangement. So this is not forthcoming. So this is why she's frustrated and talking like this. So yeah, the protest is still going on. Even as we are talking now, a lot of the protest is still going on. So some people are saying that the IGP should go. Yeah. So I wanted to show you this video. This one is the person that fell victim in Benin City. So they took him to the government house, I think, to the government house, to continue the protest. Yeah. So yeah. And then some people also went to the Ministry of Justice. Some people went to the Ministry of Justice to protest against the injustice, because coupled with this police brutality is also the inefficiency and redundancy of the judiciary. They don't carry their justice out. They are very slow. People are awaiting trial for minor offenses. People spend so much time in jail for absolutely no reason. You understand? So the thing is anchored in different ways. I don't think I don't even think they can end it. No, I think that what people are actually angry about is that we told you people that these people are behaving like this. Instead of you to look into it, instead of them to maybe open an inquiry and try to fish out the people, because actually the people that have the grievances, they have names of the officers. They know what has happened. They have evidence and all those things. So they were expecting that maybe the government will call a tribunal or something like that and fish out all those officials and bring them to justice. But it was not happening, and so this was really disheartening for the people. It was not enough for them to just say they changed the name. So there's this lady. She's a popular Hilda Dokubo, she said it's just a naming ceremony that they did. So it's like taking the demands of the youth for granted. They didn't take them serious. That's why they just quickly did a naming ceremony. They just want them to end the protest. They don't want to actually do anything, you see. So yeah, people are not just having it. And again, people are still wanting to use these protests, like, starting from End SARS and police brutality, and SWAT, the new one that they said they have formed, and people are taking it further to end, Nigeria, or end corruption, and Buhari must go. So how far is it going? What do you guys think? Do you think the people will be able to sustain it? And a lot of people, I've seen people who have said, Buhari should send in his boys and do the needful and use force, that kind of a thing. But there are a lot of people that are calling him to be restraining him not to follow that. And the army has also issued statement that they will do everything possible to maintain the peace of the country. But the people are still not having it. So who would have thought that there will be a day that Nigerians of all walks of life, and even regardless of their faith, Christianity, Muslims, regardless of their tribe, will come out. And I've learned that the protest is also going on in the north, more about government inefficiency, and a lot of support for SARS actually in the north, because of their story. They have a lot of insecurity there, Boko Haram, bandit, and all that. So, and again, their experience with SARS is different. We have to make this demarcation. The way SARS operates in the north is different. They don't go after individuals the way they go after southern youths, because if they would do that, there will be severe consequences for them up north. You know how those people are. So the operation of SARS is actually different, and the extortion that they are able to achieve in the south, they cannot do that in the north. And so most SARS officials that actually pay money, like, is something that they look forward to. All of them want to come to the south. So sometimes when people are saying, oh, look at, I've seen a lot of people who use it to say, we don't want the same thing. We say End SARS, and they say, you have to consider that the experience they have of SARS is different completely, like, two different countries. The way SARS is operating in the north of Nigeria is very different. They are doing professional job. They are protecting lives. They are really different people. But when they come down to SARS, oh my God, they start to extort money. They start to do any kind of thing. This our jungle justice mentality, you see. No End Nigeria, but a new Nigeria where the voice of the people will be respected. Yeah, this is the hope now that maybe through this protest, a lot of people want to anchor it on end corruption, the inefficiency of the Nigerian governors and the people running the state actually. And somebody actually wrote me that they blocked the way to the airport in Abuja, so that the politicians right now, they can't even get out of the country. I don't know how true that is, but this is the report that I'm getting. So, like I said, anybody want to call the number, the line is open. You can call the number and make any contribution that you want to make. So anyway, right now, we don't know. Thank you so much, my brother. So right now, we don't know how far this thing is going to go, but I think that we still need to commend them. Even this evening, they are still there. You understand? Even this evening, they are still there, doing End SARS everywhere. People are turning up, End SARS is the word, So they are still saying End SARS, End SWAT, End SARS, End SWAT, So this is, first of all, the rallying point. I wanted to show you the video where the governor of Lagos State went to see President Buhari. You understand? They went to see President Buhari. So this is what he was telling President Buhari. I hope you can hear what my...
They said we should release all the protestants, we release them. They said we should set up a trust fund to pay compensation to the families of the ones that have died. I've set up my own trust fund today at announced it. The third one, they said that we should set up...
I don't know why he's laughing.
People that are bitter.
My people, are you seeing what I'm saying? Like, what is funny about what the governor is saying? The governor came, this is Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State. He came to Abuja, situation, because, I think the boiling point is Lagos at this time. And he came to Abuja to talk to President Buhari. I don't know, maybe President Buhari invited him to have a feedback of what is actually going on there. And he was telling him what is going on. Now, Buhari is laughing. Me, I don't know what is laughing is funny about that too. Let me show you guys again. This is Aso Rock.
They said we should release all the protestants, we release them. They said we should set up a trust fund to pay compensation to the families of the ones that have died. I've set up my own trust fund today at announced it. The third one, they said that we should set up like small inquiry for people that are bitter. So tomorrow at the governor's forum,
I said that in
exactly. So he's coming, the IGP is coming to the governor's forum. So he's going to ask each one of us to set up like a 4-man or a 5-man team. And the final one, they said we should increase the salary of the police. The IGP said he was working on that. And IGP said he's going to be working, to take some of them through some psychosocial treatment. Some, they are going to go to the first hospitals, they are going to clean them up and check them. The ones that can still be absorbed, they will. And so everything is working well. But I just want to present this formally to you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So, my people, this was the governor of Lagos State, addressing Mr. President of Nigeria. So, in some places, the protest is like a carnival, actually. It's like a carnival. Who would have thought that Nigerian youth will come out? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Wow. I really commend them. So this is a great time in Nigerian history. They are even doing it like carnival. So the people are really trying their best. So there's this video I wanted to show you where Flavor was actually leading the protest. This is the best time for us all to tell the government how we feel, because after this, it will take another 10 years or more for our voices to be heard. I agree with you, my brother. I actually agree with you. So this is the video I was telling you that.
It does not make sense. And the president said it didn't make sense that fuel sold for less in Nigeria than it's sold for in Saudi Arabia. I agree with him completely. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
This is in Port Harcourt, I think.
Standard of living as Saudi Arabia. It does not make sense that I do not have the kind of hospitals that they have. It does not make sense that I do not have any school in my country that is government owned that can be equated to any school in Saudi Arabia. It does not make
Good
sense.
evening. Good evening, Adama. You're welcome.
For medical tourism. It does not make sense that the police
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that feedback from France. Thank you.
Instead of protecting them, it does not make sense that the water that runs from my tap is from borehole and not from government water supplies. Yet I have Ministry of Water Resources. It does not make sense that I do not have any good roads, and yes, I have Ministry of Works and I have road maintenance. It does not make sense that everything about me is ad hoc. It does not make sense that there is no security of jobs, there's no security of life. It does not make sense that the indices of poverty starts with my nation. It does not make sense. I agree with you. And a lot does not make sense. And that's why we're here, because we want to make some sense. I don't want to make common sense because the first point of common sense is my constitution, and my constitution is a fraud. It just does not make sense. It starts with we the people, and yet there is no content of the people in my constitution. My constitution makes no sense. It makes no sense that the people who vote and those who count are different. It makes no sense that I do not have any leadership. It makes no sense. That's why we're here. It makes no sense. The nation is in our hands, and we're trying to make sense out of the senselessness. Don't stay at home. Join us. Let's make sense. Because the only way this will make sense to you is that you are without sense. It will make sense if you have no sense. This is not common sense. This is not privileged sense. This is natural God-given sense. Let's make sense out of Nigeria. It is ours.
So this is,
Thank you, Mama.
you know who this woman is. She's Hilda Dokubo. She's actually a Nollywood actress, a renowned, one of the pioneering Nollywood actresses. So I'll just continue to show you what people are saying.
SARS has been dissolved and disbanded according to the Inspector General of Police. But the reason why we are all out here today.
So the question is, they have disbanded SARS and now having SWAT. You know, thank you so much, Adama. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, you know, it said that they have disbanded SARS and, you know, they have a new unit. Basically, they have attended to their grievances. So why are they still processing? So this is what he has to say.
In the city are blind. How are they sure that the one that claims to have one eye is actually seeing? So we want action. We don't want to stop. We want action. What's your name, sir? And we are going to hold this country to ransom. In this country, we hold them to ransom. We let them know that power belongs to the people. If they don't listen to us, we'll come back again. We'll come back again and we'll come back again. They think we are joking. This is not a child play. This is a movement. It's a revolution. Yes. It's come to stay. We believe it's a law. So you want them to end? Want them to end SARS. End
Wow, I don't know. I did not expect this in my lifetime. Like, I will see a whole Nigerians coming out together. People are everywhere. Like, wow.
So, when are you
want to show you more videos of people having their say, you know. This is from Wazobia. So
I did here for the toll gate, so when Nigerian youths don't block, say no matter what they happen, they not go open at all, nobody they pass. As the matter take be so, federal government don't come and say I can't say the fight is what they ask for, say they go do am. They even still don't come out the SARS now, come bring SWAT. But as the matter take be now, they don't say lie, say they don't want SARS, they don't want SWAT. But me no they sure at all. But me I got talk to one or two months as the matter take be, no go anywhere. Federal government don't say they go do the fight things where Nigerian youth and everybody protesters they ask for.
So this is still the Hilda Dokubo, the actress.
The naming ceremony where they change from SARS to SWAT. This is a hard to call. Nonsense name. Let's say with the America. May they repent, for the kingdom of God is at hand. Our push end 1999 constitution. Throw it away. It deepens impunity. It is a template for injustice. We don't want that. Under the review committee, crap, throw it away. 1999 constitution, hold up, Sierra, throw up. We go give them new constitution. We put them there so they can do these things for us. But if you like say once they enter there, they forget what they are meant to do. Let us remind them. Let us tell them that is what we are doing. We are starting with SWAT. SWAT, I'll say what? Say what? They say what I even know a photographer from our school that time. See, everything, this we are starting.
First of all, I want to make it clear, that the protest is not really about ending SARS. The truth of the matter is that we have to start from somewhere. I'll take myself as an example. This is my very first time coming out for protest ever in my life. I've never done that before, but something motivated me to come out because I think it's about time for us to change. Change you're talking about is not the mantra they are giving us. We need a change that is really change.
Anyone who in this country knows say now why you don't play. Everything they do, they're going to stop the protest. That's what.
Hello. Hello, good evening.
I just came across the program. Is it now or you've done it already before?
No, we are doing it right now, live.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, so we are here live for my sister. If you want to add any contribution, you can contribute it. So I'm just kind of showing everything that is going on. So this is also, I like to do the protest, show you where, what do they call them? I wanted to show you this video of
Then you find a salesman who will tell you,
a colonel.
Then you find a salesman who will tell you, I will shoot you or I will kill you and nothing will happen. But the gentleman is correct, nothing will happen. Because in the past, people have killed and nothing has happened. How many cases have been investigated by the IG? How many? How many SARS personnel have been held, as culprits and made to face the law? So the man is right when he stops you in your car and discussing with you and tell you if you are not careful, I will waste you and nothing will happen. And he tells it to your face. Frankly speaking, I've sat in the car once with my family, my wife and kids. I was stopped by a policeman. I was a mufti. I didn't bother to introduce myself in my usual way because I feel allowed the gentleman to do his job. But you will not believe he started stepping beyond his bounds. When eventually he discovered, I am an army colonel, I expected that as a disciplined security man, you come to attention and pay me my regards. He was asking me, so what do you have for the boys now? Hey, bloody sergeant, you are asking me, after knowing who I am, I'm disappointed. I looked at him, I said, well, I don't blame you. I blame the training you had because my driver wouldn't do that to your boss. It's unfortunate. And while I kept talking, my wife became jittery that, look, this man is holding a weapon. Drive off, baby, before this man begins to misbehave. I had to understand what she was saying, and I drove up because I'm there with my entire family. This guy will waste you, and nothing will happen. This is Nigeria. That is the level of impunity which our police force has attained. It's unfortunate.
So this is a colonel. He's a military colonel. So he was narrating his own experience. You understand? He was narrating his own experience, how, you know, his interaction that he had with the, you know, with the SARS personnel. Actually, this is just it. So a lot of people have been talking about the 1999 Constitution. So they are anchoring the protest to the 1999 Constitution. So I wanted you to listen to this one.
Constitution has to go down. We need a referendum. Nigeria needs to start afresh. Buhari, hear our voice. Hello. Thank you very much. We continue.
So you understand, a lot of people are talking about this 1999 Constitution, you know, in together, like in anchor to the protest. And actually people in New York have also gone out to protest. So they are protesting in solidarity with the people in Nigeria. These are Nigerians that are based in New York. Wow. So this is the protest of Nigerians, you know. I think that's the ambassador, Nigerian ambassador to the US or something, or to the EUN. Yeah, so yeah, if there's something else you would like me to show you, you can let me know. So it's almost like a carnival, you know, and this is what is keeping it alive, you know, that people are joining and staying because it's really lively, you know. This is in Anambra State, by the way. End SARS, Nigerian youth have woken up. They say they are no longer lazy. So I'm just kind of showing you all the protest that is going around and what people are saying. This is Flavor.
Don't forget why we are marching. This is a peaceful protest. On your chocolate, on your one, you're not gone. You're not giving anyone negative. On that poverty, on your mother, I can. On your one, I can.
So he's speaking Igbo. This is the protest that took place in Anambra State, and he's saying that that it should be nice to each other. Nobody should harass the women. Everybody should just be on the lookout for each other. That's basically what he's saying. This is in Anambra State. Good evening, Joyce, Destiny. You're welcome. We are looking at the protest that is going on in Nigeria. That's what we are talking about, and I'm showing the videos of all the all the protests that have happened across Nigeria. So this video is basically the one that happened in Anambra State today, and Flavor was representing. Amanda, Chimamanda, Amanda. So the protest is almost like a carnival, and everybody is out. And there is food, there is drinks, there is water, and it's peaceful. The turnout is really massive, very, very impressive. And Flavor is there in their midst. Too much problem, but at least I mean we are standing in solidarity with them as they are protesting. We stand in solidarity with them to show the world, what is happening. So we put it here in the international platform so that it can also be here that Nigerian youth have woken up, disregarding their differences and coming together for a common purpose. So I think it's commendable. So I wanted to show you, there's this man, he was saying that some things, when it happens, that the government should go very hard against the people, that they should take very decisive action and deal with the people. Imagine, oh. And he's supposed to be the ambassador for peace or whatever. I don't know what for ambassador that he is, but I will play the audio of what he has to say about this protest for you guys.
That's because End SARS. That's because End SARS has succeeded, or the police have accepted, or the president has succumbed to them. So let's go. The next line of action is IGP. Penika is saying the president must go, a democratically elected president. You dare not try it. Can you try this nonsense during Obasanjo time? I blame Buhari for taking things lightly with this. There are certain things that should be handled with iron fists. Vladimir Putin, he said, necessary, you should take necessary process to deal with irregularities, not due process. There are certain times due process doesn't work, but necessary process. So in whichever way that your country will be in peace, handle it. If the police fails to do what it's supposed to do, bring the military. If it fails, we...
Good evening, my brother. You're welcome.
Against the miscreant. We will face them.
Do you hear what this man is saying? He said Buhari should bring the military.
Iron fist. Vladimir Putin, he said, necessary, you should take necessary process to deal with irregularities, not due process. There are certain times due process doesn't work, but necessary process. So in whichever way that your country will be in peace, handle it. If the police fails to do what it's supposed to do, bring the military. If it fails, we, the patriotic citizens, will go against the miscreant. We will face them.
So because people came out to protest, they become miscreants. You see how these people are thinking? They're only thinking about that power, that power that Buhari has. That's only what they are thinking about. And people are coming out to register their grievances, and you are talking about bringing in the military. And I've heard that Buhari have actually considered. That's why he was laughing when the governor of Lagos State was telling him the measures that he has taken, and he's just giving this very funny laughter. So yeah, the people are saying the same thing, and they came out en masse, and they are saying this. So this is in Okuzu, and this SARS in Okuzu, they said, in fact, the whole of Anambra State is the most brutal. And one good thing that has happened in this protest is that people are not even thinking about your religion, or, whether you are Christian, whether you are Muslim. And even during the protests in Lekki, at the Lekki toll gate, that's the epicenter, kind of. They actually made a place for people to have their Friday prayers yesterday. So while the protest was going on and there was time for people to pray, they gave them chance to pray. So this is in the midst of the protest. So people kind of just stood aside and they had that chance, and they were doing their prayers. So most of the time, these are the things that divide people: religion, ethnicity, but obviously they want to look beyond. They want to look beyond that. So yeah, the protest was has been, and it's still going on. It's still actually going on as we are speaking. So I'm just doing this video, let us we that we're not in Nigeria, most of us that are outside of Nigeria, and also so that we can actually keep abreast with what is going on, and actually also to put it out there in the public space, in the international media, so people can actually know what is going on in Nigeria. So the one that happened in Anambra today, artists, Flavor them, they were out there, in solidarity with people, and making the whole place lively, and people came out massive, massive, massive. I'm going to show you a video. Yes, it is. It is. The Buhari regime is there's no word to describe. There's no word to describe this Buhari regime. There is no word. There is no word to describe this Buhari regime. So that's why they are afraid. They don't want people to anchor, like the man cannot even hear, like he's just there, like his own priority is, let me just be president. As long as I'm president, do you know that there are people that went to do there is this kind of, I don't know the person that did that video. I will even show you in a little bit. So they did the video and kind of say, okay, Buhari, since you say the year, they kind of did some kind of thing. Thank you so much, Joyce. So they kind of did some cyber surgery on his ears and put that police brutality inside. Let me show you. So they kind of push it inside his ear in that video. I mean, it's funny, but somehow not so funny. But I just thought that I should share that video with you guys. So yeah, I don't know what to make out of this Buhari regime. Is the worst. And people just kind of are just fed up. And students are at home, most people don't even have any job, like nothing is happening. That video is really hilarious. I'm just looking at it. Can you imagine? Say, well, since you say the year word, let them remove whatever is blocking his ear and put it inside his ears. Because the man is just like occupying that space as long as it's just there. Yeah. So my people, I just wanted to share with you, the events that are unfolding in Nigeria. And I wanted to say that I stand in solidarity with them, of course, because I'm not there. But, I never thought that this was possible. And I'm glad to see this development. So we would have to wait and see, how it turns out. So there was actually one, this man, Idris, they were singing also. This one's from Channels Television. I'll just show you that music in a little bit. And there are also stories of kindness, like kindness. People were just being so kind to each other. And there was this woman, she was selling a granite at the Lekki, where people came to protest. So she's elderly women, and the people now took mercy on her and started donating money to her. And the woman was just overwhelmed. They donated up to, I learned, more than 2 million naira for her on the spot. So this is the video.
What is happening here is that this woman, she's selling groundnuts. And here at the protest ground, good Nigerians decided to help her. They've donated over 500,000 for her, led by this young man, Chumo, and his friends. Even superstar, Super Eagles player, John Ogu, has also contributed to the woman. Over 500,000 has been raised so far.
Yeah, so at the time he was making this video, it was about 500, but later on it became more than 2 million. She's an elderly woman, so many acts of kindness, and people cooking, sharing food, good food, with meat, with drinks, and people playing music, and of course also people talking about those who died and all those kind of things. So I think this is really, like, I can't believe this is happening. So yeah, this is from Oak TV. Let me see.
Another day where the Nigerian youth, as usual, are coming out in their masses to hold the protest. What do they want? What are they looking for? End SARS. Moments before now, they were at the National Assembly, and before they could reach, we saw the Nigerian soldiers coming out in their troops to harass these young Nigerians. We saw where they see some of our cameramen were harassed.
Yeah. We will see. But for now, they have not succeeded.
Treated us like animals. At least the soldiers treated us with some form of decorum. But the police never did. That's why we want to end police. Soldiers attacked us. That is not true. I was there. What are you saying? The soldiers did attack us. And you said you attacked us. I was standing in front when the soldiers attacked us. What are you telling me? It is not true that soldiers did not. Let us not put out the wrong information. Let us not put out the wrong information. Soldiers did attack us. They came in full force. They even drove towards us. They even used guns. They used wheels. They used chairs. They brutalized the camera. What are we talking about?
Unfortunately, we still met some form of confrontation from the military, where some media agencies lost their camera and seized. Their cameras were rather seized, not lost, and we're being repressed back. But however, we are here to re-strategize and go back.
It shows that the voice of the youth is not heard, and this is time for us to. This is the time for us to be heard. Like, it's so annoying. You need to see the way soldiers were chasing us. You need to see the way they are harassing us as if we were there with hammer with them. You need to see the way they are pushing us. And the most annoying thing is that before we even got there, they've even called soldiers to calm down. It's so annoying.
This is at the National Assembly. Yeah.
I think this is a democracy. Is this really a democracy? Like they said, our voice, that we have the freedom of speech, and hereby we don't even have the freedom of speech. We've not even seen the president for the past 1 week that will be protesting on this. How about he didn't even send somebody, a representative, a voice that could represent him, speak to us? It's so annoying. Please, President, our voice must be heard, or else we won't give up. Right now, we are at the Federal Ministry of Justice, where everything seems to be calm for now. They are actually playing music, and everything seems to be going in their favor. From here, they're moving to the Unity Fountain, where they'll make more arrangements on how to move tomorrow. From Oak TV, I am Patrick Douglas.
So this report was done by Oak TV. So So what all these soldiers, for the way I'm looking at all these soldiers, they are just waiting for opportunity to strike. I don't even think that so people are having some form of interaction with them in this video.
Fuck the End SARS! See what they are doing. See what they are doing. See what they are doing. What did happen? Fucking ideas. What did happen?
So this in this part of the protest, they were this is where they were talking about the encounter with the soldiers, you know. So the Nigerian youth have really tried. I've never expected something like this from them, but you know, it's commendable. It's commendable. Yeah, my people, this is the reality of what is happening today. Today, oh, not just today, you know. Like, I wanted to show you guys this picture. I put it in the thumbnail of this video. You know, that like they lie down on the ground and I use themselves to write End SARS, you know. Like, you know, people are, this is at the Lekki toll gate, you know. So this millennium generation, or you know, digital generation, they are really living up to their, you know, generation. You know, look at how creative that they are, you see. So yeah, there's a lot of goodwill also. And they said some people also paid some people to come and disrupt the protest and to come and hit, you know, destroy properties. And yeah, that one is also there, you know. So yeah.
Government oppression. Going round and round and round. People are hungry. Nothing is working in the country. There's no lights, no education system. Basic amenity is zero. The police is not just about SARS, they are just a unit. Top to bottom, police reform and compensation for victims that have been hurt or families that have lost loved ones in this struggle. Yeah. So mark my words, today is not just about the police. We, the youth of this country, we are tired. What do you have to say regarding the actual point of blocking the entrances into this particular place? This one is small now, and only 2 gates to block the para. And that he has also directed that Baba, we don't tire for the action. We want action. We don't tire for show. Electric show. Happy reaction matter. We want action.
Ah, okay. So I'm just trying to let you hear different perspectives for different people.
Police na coronavirus. Why we come there? Para. How to meet us from the top to bottom?
So they are saying that not just SARS, they want the government completely from up to down.
country. You take we by the street. No work. No job. There's somebody who stand and call us lazy Nigerian people. We are not lazy. Are you lazy? No. No. So we are tired. We are like Abuja. Thank you, my pastor.
So yeah, they said that they are tired. I'm just enjoying this protest where Flavor them took place. Okay. And maybe celebrities too. This is still in Anambra. This is Flavor for those of you. Honestly, I feel that fear, because they are even that they are even considering it. And I've heard that Buhari have already told, like they wanted it, but Buhari said no for now. So I don't know how far. Some people really believe that he's going to act as like you said, that he already has blood on his hands. So what more? But I don't know, because everybody is looking at him now. We don't know how this thing is going to play out. But and they are trying to use different means to diffuse it. They have now declared the date of resumption of universities and polytechnics, because a lot of the youth are at home, because since all this corona problem, there was no school, everything has been on lockdown. So all the youth who were supposed to be in the universities, they are still at home. So they are also trying to use that means to get those ones out of the way and back into school. So the university teachers, they call them ASU, I think it's Association of Staff of University. I don't know the full name, but I know that they call them ASU. So they have been on strike. They've been having a problem negotiation about their salaries and allowances. And because of this protest now, I heard that the government is actively engaging them. They want them to call off the strike so that they can go back to work, so that the schools can resume, and so that the youth will leave the street and go back to school. So this is still a developing story, and we'll continue to.
I dare you to shoot this bullet. You cannot come and go back to your station. Go back to your station. You cannot come here and embarrass us and also oppress us here. The same people we are fighting for. Was it the same thing Jonathan did to Buhari? If good luck had done this, would Buhari have become a president? You cannot do this to us. You start shooting at us. Have you heard? Have you heard?
Wow.
You come here with backspace. You
Wow.
come here with bullets in your business. To intimidate you. Enough is enough in Nigeria. Enough.
Wow. What a courageous lady. Wow. So people are really, really, really angry. It's not always that you see Normally when you see police person, or imagine this man is even wearing mask, imagine, and having gone, and they still had, the guts to stand there and talk back. So in some places it's also like, yeah, they want to get students out of the way. So these are music that was sung so many decades ago. Isn't it amazing that the same problem since that time? So I just hope that they will not use the military to descend on them. Across the country, everywhere, and I learned that somewhere in Taraba, some secondary students actually lost their lives. Some secondary school students who were protesting, and in Kano also, some people also, because I think I heard that those people in Kano, they were actually protesting against a bad government, and they actually attacked a House of Rep member from from that very constituency, and yeah, the military descended on them also in the north, and in north central. I think Taraba is actually closer to, it's northeast, not really up north, northwest. Yeah, so the people are having fun in some places. In some other places, they opened fire on them. So yeah, it's a great time. We have to just fingers crossed. That's what I say now. Of course, Buhari knows that a revolution is looming, but we'll see how he's going to handle.
Before you did, I leave this place. Even if anybody comes for justice, I will stand in this queue and I will demand for justice. Yes, only my death will demand me justice. Only my death. And so you know, even if I die, 1,000 will rise up on my behalf.
Wow.
I will get it. I stand here and I ask one of you, be accountable, be your brother's keeper. You want children, you want to see. You want to.
So this is the PC one for, huh? This, let me just pause it. So this is the notorious man, police inspector, or whatever he is. He was the one that is in charge of the department in Okuzu, and he's the really notorious ones, the real one that he has many cases on his hand. He's the one that is on record that he takes out people. They will just go to the cells where they put all those people. They will take them and go to the back and just pack, finish them off. And especially they said he's being used by people who want to eliminate somebody. They will just throw the charge of kidnapping or anything. Maybe they will just accuse them of anything that they think that they will just accuse them that this person came here and stole, this person came, anything. They will just come and pick them up. You know how it is now. And in a way, I'm thinking that this SARS problem actually is an extension of the mindset of Nigerians. Nigerians just love jungle justice. Like if they just say, "Hey, thief, 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 thief," hey, they want to finish the person immediately. Like as it they hot, and SARS just kind of it was a legal way of doing that just jungle justice that they normally would do. And so there are cases that maybe there's a problem with in a family, there is a land dispute, and somebody wants to take all the land for themselves. This is happening in Anambra in the east. So that has been the highest fatalities, the highest number of injustice, the number of people crying out for justice in that axis alone is the most actually. And this man here, he's called PC Nwafo. They said, and this one, Chijioke, is the one I already shared the story at the beginning of this stream, that he was taken by this man, and even the family were seeing him, but he booted them out of the station, and they finished up with the guy. So not only him, somebody also told a story that there is a young man, he's an only son, and the father's brother from Imo State, or I don't know which state now in Igbo land, they wanted to have that land, that the father, that property, but the guy was protesting against his uncle, and he was a 200 level engineering student in the Federal University of Technology, Owerri. And so this uncle of his arranged with this man, and they came and took that young boy. They said he was about 17 or 18 at the time, 21. I've forgotten the exact number of years. Let me not just put words in my mouth. But he was very young, and one man that survived this incarceration in SARS is the one telling this story. So the young man told him what happened, that it was his uncle that connived with this man, paid him money to take him and bring him there because the uncle wanted the father's property, and he was an only son, and the mother is a widow. And so because he kind of did some gragra, and the uncle felt like, oh, you want to show me that you are capable of standing to fight me, I will teach you a lesson. So the uncle connived with this man. They took the guy, that they just lied against him, that he stole something or he was involved in armed robbery or something. They just came and took him, and alongside with other people. So this man that survived said he met this young man in that cell. So, and the young man told him the story, and they were there for like 2-3 days. And then one Friday evening, this man, he came into this police cell and picked up some of them, called names, about 15 names or so. And then when they went with him outside, and next thing he was hearing bye. That was how they finished them up. So this is what they normally do. They will come to the cell that is always congested, and so they will pick up a number of people, and they will just go and finish them up. You see, and this is happening in Igbo land. This is happening by a unit that is headed actually by an Igbo man, and right there in Igbo land. So this story was just so painful for me, because most times we just keep thinking all our problem is from the north. But imagine an Igbo man. He's called CSP James Nwafo. He's the former I don't know what they call them, former OC of Okuzu SARS. Former OC of Okuzu SARS. He's from Ebonyi State. He was heading this unit, and he did these brutalities. Get to Papa. Yeah, and they did. I'm so sorry. Sorry for that break. My son came out. So he's from Ebonyi State, and after this merciless time he had with all this notorious reputation, and people were saying everybody had him on their lips. Can you believe that after this man finished this position in this Okuzu SARS, with all the number of people that their lives were lost in his hands, he was appointed as the chief security advisor of the governor of Anambra State. This man with this record. So because of this SARS protest that is going on now, the name of this man came out again, and people know him, people have the record, people who have contact with him, people know that he is the chief person that to go to if you want to take somebody out. He is the man to go to. So they now brought out his name, and people were telling their stories. Now Obiano, the governor of Anambra State, just sacked this man, just sacked him. And people were saying sacking him is not enough. So yesterday, people were trying to get into these grounds of this Okuzu SARS because they believe that within that premises, they wanted to see the kind of, the massive, things that will be lying beneath the soil in that compound. So they locked down the place. People were still standing around. People were trying to go in. That was when they started shooting. You see, so yeah, this happened in Ebola, and now the governor have sacked him. Like, okay, tell us what qualified him to become your assistant general or chief security advisor. Like, did he do such a good job? Don't you look at his record? What made you to make him your chief security advisor? You see how they reward terrible people? Like, you understand, at least you will look at somebody's record. Or is it the reputation that he's brutal, he's sadistic in that way? Is that what is making them to promote him more? You understand? So now they have sacked him, and now they said they are going to prosecute him. And today Obiano was going to Okuzu SARS, and releasing some of the detainees that were just there because of minor things that they have done, and they have actually overstayed. Should, in case they even sentence themselves, they have overstayed the time they would have stayed. And he released like 3 people, like, just doing politics to cover his ineptitude and his carelessness. Like, how do you employ somebody with this kind of reputation? The new constitution will include referendum for the various regions, and people can decide to leave if they want. Yeah, we will see whether they will even grant access to a new constitution. So right now the protest is still unfolding, and they are anchoring so many things on this protest, but we will have to see how it goes. So yeah, it's been a long a very long stream, and a lot of celebrities came out to support, like I showed you, Flavor. I wanted to show you this video before I leave. This is Rude Boy. This is at the Lekki toll gate. So, like very renowned celebrities are partaking, and there was this video that somebody took in Canada. It was asking a former Nigerian who is now a policeman in Canada what he thinks about what is going on in Nigeria. And I would like to share this opinion with you guys because I think he made a lot of sense.
I've been a police officer for about 20 years. And I'm just saying that the end of SARS is not the solution. What the problem we are dealing with in Nigeria is police leadership incompetence. And SARS is just part of a little bit of the whole problem. So what the president should be talking about is how do we increase the salary of the police? How do we fire the Inspector General of Police and get a competent leadership? How do we change the reorganization of the police force? How do we balance it? How do you give more autonomous power to the police in each state instead of somebody sitting in Abuja and directing someone in Benin? So that's what we should be fighting for. End SARS is the beginning. So the larger picture is the IG have to go. We have to change the incompetence of the leadership. We need to pay police more. We need to see how we recruit them. That's what we should be fighting about.
So yeah, he made a lot of sense, and I agree with him. But again, how can an incompetent government change an incompetent police? Like, incompetence is like their trademark. They are just incompetent like that. Ineffective, corrupt, and incompetent. So yeah, I think that yeah, like everybody is saying, it's a start, but people have been kind to each other. People have been really magnanimous with each other. Like people have been really kind to each other. And there is this policeman. He was, this traffic warden. He was doing the usual thing. So when the crowd was approaching him, he was scared. So he ran into the booth of the police. This small cubicle where they stay to direct cars. So he ran inside that booth. So people now approached, came more towards it, and he was really scared for his life. But actually, they were not there to attack him. They were just giving him food. Like it was really magnanimous. And the man is an elderly man, and he was, relieved, and he was happy, and he was even joining them to be saying End SARS. So yeah, I just wanted to show you this video. So when the crowd was approaching, he was scared. He thought that they wanted to attack him, but they were really kind to him. They were even giving him money and food. So this is a good spirit that has overtaken Nigerians. We hope that it will end with something good, actually. And my hope is that as they are doing this protest, that the government will not visit them with violence. I really hope that. But I don't know. How Buhari is. He doesn't hear. He thinks whatever happens, he doesn't budge. But we will see. We will see. But for now, I want to be grateful to the Nigerian youths that have come out, and also I stand in solidarity with them. And I also want to thank every one of you that have joined me in this live stream. Yeah. Yeah. So I will see. I will just continue to see how the thing is progressing, and then maybe I will do another live stream, because we have to talk about it until it's over. So I would just like to close with showing you this video. It's some kind of carnival now. Imagine the turnout, massive turnout. So my people, let us continue to pray for Nigerians at home. This is at the National Assembly, when they were approaching it or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, so they have really done well, and there is a lot of people that cooked the like sharing good food to the people also. And before I go, I wanted to share this important video with you guys. You all know Showore. So Showore came to the protest ground, and the people didn't want him to be to come in as if he's the one anchoring it or the one leading it. They don't want anybody to be leading it per se. So they want it to be like a people's protest for the people. So I just want you to see this video of Showore. This is Showore coming. So this is when he was not addressing them. So, like, they are not happy that he didn't wear End SARS, but he's wearing Revolution now. So they feel that this is not about him and his movement, and him partaking in the protest as Revolution now means is like hijacking the protest for his personal Revolution now interest. So this is why they didn't give him that audience that he wanted. So my people, it's been a long stream, more than an hour and a half. I think I will have to end it here so that I can go to bed. Tomorrow is another day. So I want to thank you all for joining me on this live stream. And I would like to ask you, if you have not subscribed, to please do so, hit the subscribe button. And I'd like to say thank you to every one of you who stayed with me throughout the whole stream. And let us continue to keep our hopes and send good vibes and good energy to our people in Nigeria. And I learned that there are a lot of people who are doing different things to support the protest, sending medical team to be available, ambulance, and, providing money for, water and food to be available at the protest ground. I don't know how they are making those arrangements, and I don't know where exactly they are making that arrangement. Here in Berlin, in Germany, I've not heard anything to that regard, but I learned that this is something that is effectively going on. So maybe perhaps it will be in New York and in London, because those people have come out to protest in solidarity with people at home. So I do the little I can, the much I can. And I want to thank every one of you who supported me during this stream, who stayed with me in this stream, also for showing your solidarity. And so let us share the video and allow people to see what is going on in Nigeria. Let us get the word out there that the Nigerian youth have awoken. They are not lazy. They want to fight for their rights, and they want to demand for, protection to their life. They want their life to be valued, and, they are starting their protests with this End SARS, and the government changed the SARS to SWOT, and they moved on to End SWOT, and now they are trying to anchor it on other things. And they said, like, the salaries of all the House of Assembly people, that this is too much. So we'll see how it's evolving. We'll see how it goes. I pray that they don't use the military against the people, and I don't know how it's going to evolve. So it's something that we just have to wait and see. So thank you so much for joining me, and do have a happy Sunday ahead. And thank you so much. I'll see you in another video. Bye for now. Bye. Yeah. The Fulani domination is just because the Southerners and the North Central have been disunited, actually, because, how do you explain a minority, lording it over the majority? It's just because the majority doesn't understand what is going on, so they allow themselves to be marginalized and to be, disunited, to be fighting against them. But I don't really know that that we can just simply say is the Fulani, because we have elites also in our own ethnic groups, that have not done better than the Fulani elites. Just us that in our regions we've been able to have education. We strive to have some education, and that education kind of helped us to have a different world view, or like more the spirit to do better for ourselves, unlike those people in the north whose elite have actually denied even the barest minimal education. So I think that at the end of the day, the elite are one tribe, basically, whether they come from Fulani, they come from Yoruba, they are just the same tribe in the way they have conducted themselves. So what they have been running in Nigeria is a kleptocracy. That means they just take all the resources of the state for themselves and their friends and for their own personal use, and they have not been able to do anything. Can you imagine, even ordinary road that you ply every day? How do these people manage to live like this? How do you do something like that you don't build ordinary road that people supposed to go through? You don't build schools, you don't build, like, nothing. All the money is just for you to go to Dubai and come back, buy jewelries and come back, and they are the same across the country. So sometimes when they talk about this Fulani something, this is why it is a little bit. I know that of course they have the reins of the government in their power, and they are able to manipulate more and swindle more of the money. That being said, we have also not seen any better behavior from our own elite, with the little power and the little that they have accrued also from whatever is falling out from the people who are holding sway in the Nigerian politics. They have also not been able to do better with it. So at the end of the day, we have to maybe reconsider who the real enemy is. Who is the real enemy of the Nigerian state and the Nigerian youth? And if the Fulani was actually running our states on our regions, maybe it will be maybe say, okay, that we are under occupation, but of course there's the general acceptance that these people are stooges. But even if they are stooges, but they are still from among us, they live among us, we know their beginnings and all those kind of things. So the question is, why should anybody be able to use one of us as a stooge against us? So sometimes they say if the mountain cannot go to Muhammad would have to go to the mountain. So yeah, it is what it is. But right now we'll just have to wait and see, and send a positive vibe to the people who are standing tough and standing their ground right now. Even as we are speaking, they are still protesting. So yeah, I'll see you guys in another video when I come online again. Thank you so much, my people. Have a blessed evening and see you. Bye.